Hey guys, Brandon here. Thanks to your awesome feedback on my last video here, Linus decided to let me take another crack at it. And this time I'll be talking about something camera related. One of my favorite pieces of gear that we use here every single day, the Metabones Speedbooster. Or as Linus likes to call it, the Make All My Lenses Better Metron.
Save on select Intel Core i7 processors and 730 series SSDs with instant rebates during Valentine's Week, February 14th to 21st, 2015. Click now to learn more.
Okay, so it's not magic. What it actually is a focal reducer which allows your aperture, which you can learn more about in this video on TechWiki, on any lens to be one stop faster than it would otherwise be possible.
Okay, we've been through this before the video. No camera talky mumbo jumbo. You speak in plain English. Okay. All right.
All right, sorry. So let me try this again. The Speedbooster bolts onto your camera and sits between the camera and a compatible lens and has three main benefits. Number one is that it widens the field of view that your camera can see by a magnification of 0.71 or 0.58, depending on the model. Number two is that it adds overall sharpness to the final image that you get out of your camera. And number three is that it seemingly increases the amount of light that enters your camera, but we'll get more in depth on that in a moment. Because if you're anything like me, you're probably sitting there going, this is voodoo magic. It sounds way too good to be true. And honestly, the first time I read about this adapter, I spent no small amount of time making sure it wasn't an elaborate hoax or April Fool's or something. Thankfully it wasn't, and all Metabones had done was figure out how to implement a general use focal reducer, something that no one has actually done in the photography world. Let's get into how this thing actually works. Typically you have your lens and a camera body where light enters and hits your sensor like this. But here's what happens when you add the Speedbooster to the same setup. The light converges onto a smaller field than before. Condensing the light this way allows for a wider field of view and more of the light focused onto a smaller area, effectively giving you more usable light on your sensor. For the photographers and enthusiasts out there, this is the opposite effect that a typical teleconverter would give you. A teleconverter would spread the light over a larger area, narrowing your field of view and decreasing the amount of light that is usable on the sensor, giving you a cropped in and darker overall image. Now the important part to note here is that the Speedbooster will only work with cameras that have appropriate spacing between the lens mount and the sensor, the Blackmagic Pocket or Panasonic GH4 for example, and with lenses that are designed to cover a larger sensor size than your camera is equipped with. For example, here are three different sized lens circles, each specifically made for a different size sensor: full frame, APS-C, and micro four thirds. So while the full frame lens and the APS-C size lens will both work on a Speedbooster paired with my Blackmagic Pocket camera that uses a micro four thirds mount, the theoretical pairing between a micro four thirds lens and a micro four thirds camera would not work with this Speedbooster. This allows general purpose photography lenses like this one, made for a full frame camera like Berkel's Canon 6D DSLR, to not only fit my Blackmagic camera, but work even more effectively at a speed of up to 1/2 of a stop faster, giving me better performance in low light outside of the studio, as well as the ability to get a much shallower depth of field like in this shot here. Now on to the last of the main benefits of the Speedbooster. It's a common assumption that putting more glass behind or in front of a lens would lead to a loss in overall sharpness. And while this is true for teleconverters, since they magnify the aberrations of a given lens, the Speedbooster actually has the opposite effect, since it compresses the original image of the lens, reducing the visibility of these anomalies in the glass. Now it is true that the glass within the Speedbooster will have its own set of aberrations, but Metabones has done a great job of specifically correcting for this, and that is how they can achieve the seemingly impossible better image quality with more light captured. So on to my conclusion, which is one that I already knew before I started making this video, because I've been using the FS700 version of the Speedbooster since its release over a year and a half ago, as well as the Blackmagic Pocket one since I bought it for myself about a year ago. And this is it. The reason the Speedbooster is one of my favorite tools is that it offers an immense amount of flexibility and new possibilities with the same camera equipment that I might already own. And while it is not always needed when trying to shoot something far away, it actually might do more harm than good in that situation. The same goes for if I wanted a deeper depth of field for a macro close-up, but it does allow me to make this shot into this shot. And while I understand there are other ways I could achieve this, nothing does it with quite the simplicity, affordability, and flexibility of the Speedbooster.
Speaking of simplicity, affordability, and excuse me, sorry, I was channeling Brandon there for a minute. Affordability and flexibility. Dollar Shave Club. They deliver high quality razors directly to your door, and all you have to do is sign up for the club, so that's the simplicity. The affordability comes in where it's like, yeah, they're only a few bucks a month, and you sign up and then, well, it's affordable, so that's pretty self-explanatory. And the flexibility comes in with, you don't even have to get razors. You could get their Dr. Carver shave butter, you could get their aftershave, you could get their One Wipe Charlie's butt wipes for men. So they have all the same qualities of the Speed Booster, except completely different because it's high quality razors and they come in the mail so that you can leave the house looking like you leave the house, and you don't have to leave the house in order to achieve that. Because if you think about it, it's like a freaking paradox. You have to go out to the store to look presentable, to go out to the store. How can anyone do this? Okay, obviously it's not quite that complicated, but Dollar Shave Club makes life even simpler. So shave time, shave money, Dollar Shave Club. The link is in the video description. And while you're looking at the video description, guys, there nearby is the like button. You can like this video if you liked it. You can dislike it if you thought Brandon sucked and you never want to see him on camera again. You can leave a comment if your feelings are more complicated than either of those things. And we have other links in the video description as well. You can buy a cool t-shirt like this one, give us a monthly contribution if you love our content, or what's the third one? Right, change your Amazon bookmark to one with our affiliate code so we get a small kickback whenever you buy Speed Boosters or whatever. Thanks again for watching, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.